spotlight on local businesses in the capital city. This is 402 Business Insider with Travis Filing and Gary Tharnish on 1499.3 KLIN.
Good morning, Lincoln. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider Sunday morning edition. Sponsored by Complete Family Dermatology. I'm Travis Filing with Transformation Marketing. With me, as always, Gary Tharnish with the Home Design Real Estate Group. How you doing this morning, Gary?
I'm tired.
Tired?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm great, like I always say, but really I'm tired. But
that's all right.
okay.
You got to tell us the truth, man.
I'm waking up.
Yo, for so long, it's you kind of get in this habit of like, oh, everything's good. You know what? If everything's not good, say something.
Yeah, I always like people's faces when you tell them the truth.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Well, and they're like, okay, see you later. I ain't got time for this.
I never should have asked that question. Well, with us today, Todd Calfee from Western National Bank. We're actually talking marketing today. How you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing good, Gary.
Good.
Wide awake.
Good.
Feeling good.
We
feeling
just got to get you
strong.
from good to great.
Good to great. Oh, man, I forgot the great part. But yeah, no, feeling good. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Yeah, I had to have you come in here because Super Bowl was last Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, we have to talk. They always bring in some expert to talk Super Bowl ads. And it seems like they never really tell you the nitty gritty, the truth. They just kind of look at it from this 30,000 foot view, entertainment level type of a thing. And I thought, you know what, let's get Todd in here and we'll talk real when it comes to Super Bowl. So did you guys watch?
Yeah.
I did. I watched. It was painful, but I watched.
It kind of was painful.
Yeah, it was very much so.
The entertainment was blah. The ads I thought were blah, and the game was blah. I mean, not that there weren't some gems.
Yeah,
some good ads, some good plays, or overall, I was like,
it is so hyped up anymore, and it's all about expectations. And it's like they set your expectations at 10 and 10, and it's hard to deliver for anything. I mean, I would be setting up expectations much lower, and then things are a little bit better. I'd always rather under promise, over deliver, I guess is what I would say.
You know what surprises me right now is you're looking 120 million people watch the Super Bowl. About 50 million people watch the Thanksgiving Day games. How long until they start? Because that's a big audience. Typical big NFL game is 20 million people.
Right.
So how long until they start turning, gosh, I hope they're not listening. How long until they start turning the Thanksgiving Day games into a big production?
Probably not long. I mean,
and I think college, I think they should.
And college football is changing.
Yes,
hugely with NIL. I mean, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, college football I think NIL is killing the game.
I agree 1,000%. That could be a whole nother show.
It could be.
We could throw it in here, but I agree. I mean, it's so we spent how many years working on parity? I don't know, 20, 30 years or whatever, and we just shot it out the window. Now it's like whoever's got the most money, here we go. And then that's going to turn into people are going to get audited. That'll be the next thing. And then people are going to be in trouble. And it's just like, you'll have players bouncing around. I think, in the commissioner, I can't remember his name right now, but he's
Roger Goodell.
No, not
NFL.
commissioner. One of the people on the board for NIL was basically saying, look, he goes, you can't fix this. It never should pass. It's out of the box. What are we going to do? And so, but he suggested at least saying you can transfer portal once.
Well, that would make more sense. I mean, one time. You get one shot, and then I think they should be bound by a contract. I
agree.
I think it's crazy what's going on. Dallin George, the owner of Western National Bank, told me a couple of years ago. He said it's the wild, wild west. Yeah. Anybody can do anything right now.
Yep.
And there's all this money is shuffling. Not that it hasn't been, because we know it's been going on for a long time.
Right.
But it was different. Maybe a player got a car or something like that. But now they're getting millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's turned into a professional sport for kids that are 17, 18 years old.
Right.
It's wrong.
Well, was I talking to you? Who's the quarterback at Indiana? Fernando Mendoza.
He won the Heisman.
Yeah. And Mark Cuban offered him $50 million to stay one more year and not go into the NFL. Oh,
Wow.
That's a lot of wampum for a kid. I mean, that's
No
a lot
kidding.
that's a lot for anybody.
Which no NCAA school accepted. Finally got on at Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
God.
what do you do? But this is the nightmare of NIL. Is I was talking to another friend of mine about Husker men's basketball. Well, what's going to happen next year? It's hot. Are they going to start putting more games on TV, more listeners, more viewers? And he goes, no. He goes, NIL is going to pick them to pieces. And are they going to fall back into a mediocre team, or can they hold on to these people and ride that wave?
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, with what they're doing with college football, they're banking on the fact that money is going to follow the change. And I don't know. I'm just not so sure it's going to be. It has followed it with NFL, right? I mean, it's one of the biggest money-making companies in the whole entire world. But with college football, I don't know, because there was always just that, local hometown school, college feel. And now it's just going to be more like, oh, that player go here. And I mean, everybody's transferring around. And I'd hate to be the announcer, never knowing where they're going.
I hate to be the coach.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you build a team when, two of your best players are gone, you got new ones coming in? I mean, how do you build that team? That's tough.
And I don't.
Hey, that's why do you suppose Nick Saban got out of the game?
Right.
He saw this coming. He's like,
right. Well, who was the
Yeah.
coach at Alabama? He's leaving too.
Yeah.
The new coach. He's
the new coach is leaving?
I've heard that he
Oh, my
wants to leave.
goodness.
He hates the NIL. He's like, it's ruining college football.
absolutely.
And I don't want to coach under it. I mean, I don't know. It's a whole different world.
Well, back to the NFL, I was looking at it going, they're doing the same thing to their own brand. They're ruining it with the entertainment that they're bringing. They're alienating a lot of people who are their core fans. And did you see any of the video of the people who are in the stands during the halftime show?
I did not.
I did. I went back. I switched over to Turning Point because I wanted to watch Kid Rock.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch some, talent that way. But I wanted to go through and see what it was all about. And I was shocked. There wasn't people moving and dancing, and it's not in our, it's not our native language. So I think they just lost people. And again, I think that it was very hyped up. And I think there's a reason behind it.
Sure.
I mean, there's got to be because I don't know. Bad Bunny? I mean, Bad Bunny. I didn't know who Bad Bunny was. I had to
never heard of him.
I had to go look at Bad Bunny, and I go, oh, he's okay. I mean,
But you have to look at what the NFL's doing. They're doing more games abroad,
correct.
more games in Brazil and in Mexico.
They're wanting to go
and
international.
In Europe, they want to go international. So they're trying to draw in international viewers. And my goodness, to me, doing it on the Super Bowl is probably the worst timing, because the Super Bowl, honestly, from a pure football fan perspective, the Super Bowl is a terrible game to watch because it takes 4 hours as opposed to the typical 2 hours, 45 minutes to 3 hours.
Right.
So the game pace is slow.
Yeah.
And there's just so much going on. It's not a good football game to watch.
Commercial breaks are so long.
Yeah.
For one. So both of you have said this. I think you said it one time, Todd. Travis, you say it all the time, that you at the risk of alienating your base, you can take a risk. That was a huge risk for them to take.
Yeah.
We talked about doing our show. I was like, I'm all in if we're not going to do politics and religion a lot, just because I don't want to alienate people. Let's talk business.
Right.
It's a business show,
Yeah,
right?
that's what
so
we
now
do.
if we start veering from that, you have, it changes things. And I think that was a big part of it, that it was just like a big change. I will say a lot of people, as usual, will read into it what their feelings actually are, right? So if you feel like America first no matter what, and we got to get people out of here, it just all this, then you're going to see it one way. If you are a Spanish speaking person, you're going to see it another way. I guess for me, I was fumbling around trying to go, can I get subtitles
Right.
in
Yeah,
English,
yeah.
so I could watch this?
Tell me what's going on.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it was unentertaining for me because I didn't understand the language.
Right.
I mean, number one. Yeah. So I stayed with it, and didn't go to a Turning Point because I just wanted to see what that was going to look like and what it would be. But it was very uninteresting just because, I mean, I read into it whatever I wanted to because I didn't know what they were saying.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's what most people did, or they went and got popcorn.
See, and I flipped on Turning Point because same thing. I'm not I speak English. That's it.
Yeah.
I struggle with English. I don't need to struggle with another language. So I went to Turning Point, and honestly, I thought it was
Yeah, it was. You could tell a lot of it was just pre-recorded. It was, like you said, But I do think that the Kid Rock, his last solo, he nailed it.
Yeah,
I thought that was good.
One of the things, in my opinion, from a pure entertainment standpoint, and like I've put together events before, including entertainment, and you want to have kind of like a paper, a beginning, a middle, and an end. At these Super Bowl halftimes have become a beginning, an end, a middle of the end, and they pack so much stuff in there where it's like, just put YouTube up there and let him sing, or David Matthews Band,
I agree.
or whatever. I'm like, let's not make statements. Let's just have some good music.
And that is to me the most frustrating thing is you're trying to score political points in a sport where you're my break from politics and the day-to-day grind, and you're doing all this controversial. You're upsetting somebody, at least half of your audience. Why? I mean, I think back when I was a kid and there was a guy on the snowmobile that did the loop on a snowmobile at the halftime show during the Super
that was
Bowl.
pretty cool.
That was nuts. I'm like, I watch that all day.
I love it.
I don't understand why we've got to push a political point.
Yeah, there's got to be an agenda again behind this whole thing, and I don't understand it, and I guess time will tell. But I thought it was unentertaining.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah.
And you think about those people that what was the minimum ticket you could buy was $6,500. I mean, for one seat,
one seat,
6,500, a lot of them going for 40 to 50 grand a seat.
It's already for the elite, obviously.
Right.
It's a game for the elite.
Right.
Even a regular game is $500-600 a seat. That's just a regular game. Shannon goes, if the Browns ever make it to the Super Bowl, are you going? I go, well, number one, the Browns are never going to the Super Bowl, not in my lifetime. And number two, I'm not spending that kind of money.
Yeah.
Okay, now, Travis, what you think expands. So what you want to do as a loyal fan is go, they're going to go to the Super Bowl next year.
Oh, yeah. Well, they might, because I'm
there we go. We got a might.
Canceling my tickets.
We got a might.
I'm canceling my season tickets. So they probably will. They'll probably go undefeated next year.
I love it.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I do too.
Wouldn't it be great? Todd, we'll have Todd back on if they do.
Yeah. Yes, we will. Well, we've got to run to a break here. So I'm going to try and do this a Western National Bank ad lib, which I butchered last week. So I'm going to try it again. When opportunity pops up, timing matters. Western National Bank is a relationship bank where decisions are made locally, helping businesses move faster when it counts. Banking works better when your local bank is a local person. Western National Bank is rooted in local communities, serving businesses and families with experience and consistency. Learn more at mywnb.com. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider with Travis Filing and Gary Tharnish, talking with Todd Calfee from Western National Bank, and we're going to talk more advertising when we come back.
KLIN.
You're listening to the 402 Business Insider, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Today's guest is Todd Calfee from Western National Bank. Glad to have you in again, Todd.
Happy to be here, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so I imagine you listened and watched some of the ads at the Super Bowl.
I did.
Overall, what'd you think?
Overall, I thought there were half a dozen that really stood out to me. Mm-hmm. That we were talking a little bit before. There was one that I actually got tears in my eyes. Which that's weird.
Yeah. We talked off air. Me too.
Yeah,
you and I got. Oh well, there was a couple. So you talking about the Lay's one?
Yeah.
And then I really liked the Bud one, which Trav over here didn't like it. I'm just gonna call you Trav because you didn't like it.
I don't even like Travis anymore.
Man. I mean, yes, emotionless man. That's right.
I didn't think that ad was that spectacular. The horse, the eagle, the whole Americana, red, white, and blue. That it just, I know what they're trying to do because Budweiser has a mess on their hands, and we'll get into that in a later segment. But they are really trying to put the stuff back in the horse, so to speak. And I knew that was the goal of that ad, and I don't know if they accomplished it.
Well, what they accomplished for me, as I remember it,
Yeah.
There's a lot of these. I mean, prepping for the show, I'm like going, oh, I got to watch that one again. Or I was looking at your list. I got to watch that one again because it didn't stick with, or I saw the ones you were pointing out going, but the Lay's, the Bud, that'll stick with me. Those will just stick with me. I mean, that's what I mean. Why do companies run Super Bowl ads?
Well,
in my mind, Bud hit it for me because I will remember that.
Well, I think number one, it's expected, especially for a Budweiser.
That I would agree
because they've been
it's icon. If you're an
forever.
icon, you're gonna do it until it hits 40 million and probably still anyway.
Yeah,
absolutely. And again, I think they nailed it. I mean, I really do think Budweiser nailed it. Brought emotion out. Talked, the can that was sitting there at the end, 150 years. They used to have that, it's not your dad's beer anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, somebody growing up in the Midwest, and I think back to the days of grandfather and dad, they had a can of Budweiser there. So is that going to make me go buy Budweiser? No, because I rarely drink. However, maybe if I decide I'm going to have a 6-pack of beer when I'm mowing or something like that, I might grab a 6-pack of Budweiser.
Yeah.
Just because of that commercial. Now, times that by, several 100 million people or something, they made their money back. But that's just me. I mean, that's how it hit me.
Well, I look at you're trying to accomplish one of three things with an ad, especially in the Super Bowl. You're either trying to launch a new product, right? Or you're trying to re-solidify your base in whatever your product is, or you are trying to create an emotional connection with an audience,
which is what Budweiser did.
Yep,
and
pretty much
did for you guys.
Well, it was. They did 2 out of 3, which isn't bad
in this room.
And
David, what was your thought?
One.
He David liked it.
So I'm
definitely a younger generation.
And USA Today had that as the number 1 ad.
Oh, did they? They did. That's right.
Totally disagree with that.
Oh my God, they got something right.
You think that was the number 1 ad of the Super Bowl?
Well, I personally like the Lay's, but
it's in the top 5.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Lay's was number 2. I thought Lay's was brilliant.
I did.
Lay's got me misty-eyed.
Oh yeah,
and I will. The next time I go to the store, I'm going to buy Lay's potato chip just because of that ad.
Yeah,
I will.
It was so well done. What do you think, David?
I really like the Pepsi one.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Get on your mic there. I can't quite hear you.
The Bears, the Coca-Cola Bears, with the Pepsi picking it with like the blind taste test. I thought that was genius. And then of course the Coldplay concert. I just thought it all worked so well.
That was funny.
Together.
I agree with that. I liked it a lot. Any other favorite that you had?
Oh, I mean the other 2 you guys mentioned were definitely up there too. I thought the Goodwill and Dunkin' was really smart.
Really?
Dunkin'. I like that one too.
I thought that was so bizarre.
In a good way.
Yeah, it was one of those where I scratch my head a little bit and I go, I kind of like it. And then up pops Tom Brady, and
what's Tom Brady doing?
It was
in this
like
ad?
cameo.
I
Central.
know, but it made me. I mean, I'm gonna think about Dunkin' Donut because of it. So,
but then the Jennifer Aniston thing was, oh, here's your girlfriend. How do you like them apples? Whole thing. But Jennifer Aniston wasn't even in that movie.
True.
So I'm like, wait a minute, that wasn't even.
And how did she not age over all these
she
years?
looks spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not age?
Some of that. So
could
be. Yeah, I mean, touch-ups are pretty simple this day and age. Even when you're walking around on a set, they can touch up the whole way.
The one
Ted Danson was in that one.
Ted Danson was in
yeah, he looked like.
Well, it was an
40s.
80s and 90s cameo, right? Everybody from the 80s and 90s TV shows was in that commercial. I actually liked it better the second time, the third time, the fourth time I watched it, honestly.
Okay.
So some of those go by really quick. I mean, a commercial goes by quick.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So sometimes in watching the second, third, fourth time, I like it. I like it. I would just like show that to somebody because I thought it was a pretty good ad.
See, to me, I look at a lot of these Super Bowl ads, and it like you said, it's a who's who. Who can we get? Oh, we got to get everybody, and then we're going to stuff them into an ad that may or may not make sense. I don't know. It just seemed
too much.
It was a reach. I think it was a reach.
Yeah.
Far reach for it. And I don't know what they paid on talent. Although we talked about this prior to, is talent fees came way down because the Super Bowl ads are up to $10 million for 30 seconds.
That's just the time. Yeah.
With production and everything, they're 15 to 20 million.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was reading cameos like that are more like $100,000 to $500,000. Whereas if you have the actor, the entire commercial, you're going to spend more like $2 to $3 or $5 million, depending on who it is. So they probably got They probably still spent that, but just got a whole bunch of cameos.
Yeah.
And I would love to talk to an agent. Sometime we should have an agent on because I'm curious. The thing that always grinds me about the Super Bowl is they do one ad and then they put it in a drawer, never to be seen again. Why aren't you running this ad all year long? This is your springboard. Use this as a springboard to launch a campaign.
Yeah.
And then run it all year long.
Some have. Budweiser used to when I was younger anyway. But today, now they don't.
Yeah, you rarely see an ad that runs beyond the Super Bowl.
I would also take little reels out of it.
Oh,
I mean, you
absolutely.
could do the reel of planting the potatoes. That'd bring me right back to the ad. You could do a little cameo of the horse with the bird on his head. That'd bring me right back to the ad, just in a real quick little reel. We were talking about 4-second ads earlier.
Yeah.
You could get little reels out of some of those ads that really stuck with you. I mean, the top 5 here were the Budweiser, Lay's, Pepsi, Goodwill, Dunkin', and Michelob Ultra. Take little reels off of all those. What did you think of the Michelob Ultra?
I thought it was weird.
I did too.
I'm like,
it certainly wouldn't have been. 5. Yeah, it wouldn't have made my top 5 at all.
Wouldn't have made my top 50.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell looks good. He's always going to bring the ladies in. That's for sure.
Exactly. So I like that part of it, but I don't think I would remember it was Mick Ultra. Really, it was different.
Right. When I look at an ad, and I always do, here's a great example. Who's going to eat the fees? Everybody is blank, right?
Yeah,
right.
You're going, well, what are you talking about? That was an ad in the Super Bowl. Right. Who's going to eat the fees? Yeah. And nobody here can remember who it was. That means your ad was not good.
Yeah.
For $20 million, if you don't know, was it
who was
Uber
it? DoorDash, Uber Eats. It was Uber. It was Uber Eats.
Was it Uber Eats?
Yeah, I wrote a note.
I couldn't remember.
I think it's Uber Eats.
You don't remember either, David? Grubhub. Grubhub is going to eat the fees. $20 million. 4 guys in a room who all watched the game, and one person remembered it after discussion.
That's funny.
That's a horrible commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a truckload of money.
Well, that's the one. That's also one I had to watch back, because watching it live, I was like, I don't know, maybe I have attention deficit. There's no question that I have attention deficit disorder. Let's just call that out what it is. But I'm halfway through. I'm like, what's a fees? Like, it's like a donut? What's a fee? I'm thinking there's something you eat. And then when I watch it back, I go, oh, fees. Ow. And still I don't remember who that was.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that when over the years on Super Bowl commercials, the commercial's over and I'm like, that was kind of cool. Maybe it was just cool, a cool ad, but I go, what was that for? What do you think of those? Somebody spends 15 and 20 million and you're like, it's over. And I'm like, what was that for?
Yeah.
Watch it the second time. I still didn't get what that was for.
So when I got married, which was in 2000, so that was the big year, the whole .com, there were .coms everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Can I say this? Poor Shannon.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, no kidding. But there were tons of ads that were for people who were getting married. And it was like, I think it was The Knot had a commercial.
Oh, yeah.
There were these companies that were having commercials trying to reach brides during the Super Bowl.
Industry.
This is not a good idea. And doing it with .coms, and they all flopped because, I mean, we were right in their market. And
well, I would say if the NFL is ever going to target the demographic of women in general, broad sweep, of demographic age, Super Bowl would be a great place to do it because everybody's watching.
Yeah.
Women love to watch it for ads. Men love to watch it we all love to watch it for ads. So, I mean, I could see some of that.
Yeah, but you got to connect.
Yeah, exactly.
Connect.
Well, at least at the
connect.
end of the ad, I want to know what you're about.
Right.
I mean, they ate the guy, but I knew it was Pringles.
Right. You knew it was Pringles.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Well, and think about it. I mean, who's Pringles competition besides other chips? There's no other bottle box.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Pringles.
Lay's. Lay's has stacks.
That's true. They do have stacks now.
Yeah. Which I've never bought, but I bought Pringles.
I don't know if I have or not.
Pringles on my road trip.
Yeah. Pringles are
if we're going to have a picnic on the road trip and pull over, they don't get busted up.
Yeah. But again, you look at that ad and go, does this make me want to buy more Pringles? I don't know. I watch a lot of these ads and I go, oh my gosh, I should sell my agency because I am so lost with half of these commercials.
So what I did, I was like thinking, I want to do a Pringles game again where, you're stacking the Pringles and see who can make something out, be the most creative with 3 boxes of Pringles. That's where my mind went.
Well, and that's what they should do from here, right? I mean, now they should run some contest
and
who
build
can make
off
the
of it.
best Pringles.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that would be smart.
Then they can go viral with that, and then that's going to reinforce their $25 million
and get everybody and say post your reel of making your Pringle statue or whatever you make, and we'll choose one. That would be brilliant.
Yes. Well, so if Pringles hears this, just they know it came from 402 Business Insider in Lincoln, Nebraska.
You got to give it a little kickback to us.
Absolutely. We're verbally trademarking that.
Got to have Western National Bank finance,
of course,
the ad.
We'll work on that.
But wasn't it Doritos that had like 5 amateur videographers? Was it a couple of Super Bowls ago?
Yes.
And they were letting everybody do their own ads, and they submitted them to win. And one was hilarious. It was the Time Machine. Which was brilliant.
Yeah.
Why not do that?
Yeah,
they could.
A lot less expensive.
Well, we've got a break coming up here, so let's run to that. Want to give a quick shout out to Mendoza Family Insurance. Mendoza Family Insurance is one of those insurance agencies that actually picks up the phone when you call and knows you by name. Home, auto, business, they help you understand what you're buying, not just sell you a policy. Learn more at MendozaFamilyInsurance.com. That's MENDOZA, familyinsurance.com. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish, talking with Todd Calfee from Western National Bank, and we're going to have more right after this.
On 1499.3 KLIN.
You're listening to the 402 Business Insider, sponsored by the Lincoln Airport. Today, we're talking Super Bowl ads with Todd Calfee from Western National Bank. So, Todd, you didn't fall asleep during the game or anything, right? Wait, did you rest your eyes a little?
I might have rested my eyes for a little bit.
That's what I call it now.
3 points. I'm like, oh God, I want to see the commercials. So
I know, right? Oh my God.
Well, let's talk about ads that hit the mark. And I put a list together, which ads that I thought hit it out of the park, which Todd disagrees with my first one.
I do.
I loved the Xfinity Jurassic Park thing. I've never seen the movie. I probably should go see the movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Never.
But I've never seen it.
Oh my gosh.
None of them.
Oh, they're good.
Okay. You're American?
Right?
Sure. Are you?
Maybe. Don't tell ICE.
They're at the front door, but it's okay. Right, is that your car?
I thought Xfinity, I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was brilliantly done. I thought it made me laugh that they just plugged something in and the whole thing worked.
I like the ad. I'm not sure if you didn't know what Xfinity was, if you would know what it was after the ad.
Bingo. That was my biggest thing. I thought the ad was great. I thought it was really cool. Fun. But I go, what's Xfinity? They plugged in. Okay. What are we plugging into? It looks like a big box to me.
I guess it was a PVM.
Exactly. A PVM.
It could be anything, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what that was about. Again, I thought it was well produced. It was really cool, but I guess I just taken away from that. I didn't know what it is. But again, if I'm looking around and I'm looking for one of those boxes, I'm probably going to remember it. So,
and it's more internet service is what they provide. I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't think they're here yet. Are they in Lincoln? I don't think they're in Lincoln.
I don't think so. One thing that kept going over my mind as I'm watching all these different ads and thinking about doing this show is I keep thinking about the marketing bridge. And, we kind of touched it a little bit here where we're like, okay, take an ad and do something more with it after the Super Bowl. Not just the ad it's done. It's over 20 million out the window. You could do so many things to get people over the bridge to actually buy your Budweiser or buy your Lay's or sign up for Xfinity or whatever it might be. Do you guys see that as a lost opportunity sometimes with some of these ads? I don't see a lot of continuity afterwards with it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I completely agree. One ad I thought did a great job of doing just that was the Ring the Lost Dog.
Yes, it got you from A to B. It got you from A to Z.
All the way through the marketing funnel.
Yeah.
What is this product? We all pretty much know. What is it going to do? And how is it going to change my life? And they answered all those questions. They took me all the way over the marketing bridge. And I went, yeah, wow. That's pretty cool because we've all lost a pet, or at least most of us have.
Yeah.
And you go, now they can solve that problem.
Yeah.
I love that ad.
Now, do you have a Ring doorbell?
I do.
Well, you live in Panama, so do you have a Ring doorbell, Todd?
I have some sort of doorbell.
Are you outside of town on Acreage?
I live on
Okay.
I live on an acreage. And we have security systems and
I
stuff. I don't know what they all do.
I live in the center of town and have a Ring doorbell, and it gets a little bit obnoxious. Actually, all the notifications. I finally shut them off.
Oh,
So for me, I'm watching the ad, going, if I could set it up so I could just toggle for pets, that'd be great because I love pets. But then I could get rid of the lady that's constantly posting. There's a woman that looks really scary and dangerous walking down the street. Has anybody else seen her? There's a man with a bag standing on the corner. You're like, okay, where? Like the whole city of Lincoln. I mean, so for me watching that ad, I liked it. I mean, for the concept of that, I liked it. But having a Ring doorbell and getting those notifications, I was also like, yeah, if it could be just dogs, I'd love that.
Well, maybe you need to find a realtor and move to a better neighborhood.
Yeah, well, I am a realtor and I do like my house. But that's the other thing. Maybe I need to go and explore it. Maybe I can get it a little bit more regional for where I live, because I'll get stuff from Northwest Lincoln or,
Oh man.
Yeah, you get them all over and they're just, I shut it off.
Yeah.
So
I'll be real curious to see how well they did. I thought Google, the new home, the AI thing, I thought that was very well done.
Yeah, I like that too.
Again, it took me through the whole progression of what the product is, what it does, why I need it. And I thought it was clever with mother, son, can you put the dog's bed here? I thought that was very well done.
Yeah, they nailed it on that. I think that was really good. Liquid IV. Let's talk about Liquid IV. Can we?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh, absolutely loved Liquid IV. I thought it was great.
It was a little weird at first.
It was weird at first, seeing the toilets bouncing up and down, and then the outhouses flying and stuff like that. But at the end, it really talks about it. Do you look at your pee or whatever they said, and it's Liquid IV. Yeah. I go, because I'm not sure I've ever seen a Liquid IV ad. So they put a lot of money into this.
Yeah, they pushed their chips to the center, and I think they won.
I do too. I really do. It was creative. It was clever. It drives a point.
It didn't have no celebrities in it.
Nope.
They didn't go over the top with production.
Yeah.
I thought it was extremely well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another one I like. The more I watch it, the more I like it, actually. But I knew the first time you see it, you get it.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah. Once you get to the end of it, you're like,
exactly. They bring you from the beginning, middle, end.
And it educated you quickly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very quickly, because you're looking at it 3 or 4 times a day going, well, now I can go, oh, I'm dehydrated.
Yep.
And
absolutely. And I've been drinking Liquid IVs for years, and a lot of people didn't even realize what Liquid IVs were. But when you spend a lot of time on a boat in the middle of the ocean, you get dehydrated pretty quickly. So I live by Liquid IVs, and I continue to use them. I do believe there's other products out there that are probably far superior, but for the masses, Liquid IV is a good choice.
Run that. So you're a vet?
No.
What were you doing in the middle of the ocean on a boat for a long time?
That'd be called fishing, Gary.
Oh,
do a lot of fishing. Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your service to the fishing industry.
That's right.
I have brought you some good mahi-mahi.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
The one ad I thought was really well done was that He Gets Us, the ad for Jesus. And I don't know what religion this is. I don't know anything about it other than I thought it was so well done because we're hit with all this social media and YouTube and TV and all this. And as it kind of grabbed me and drug me into the ad, like, yeah, we are so oversaturated. We have so lost focus on everything that we're only worried about our politics. We're only worried about our friends on social media, whatever else. And then I start thinking, like, where are you taking me? Because you're taking me on a journey and I'm with you. And then it showed the outdoors. I figured it was going to be like for REI or Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that. And then it was He Gets Us. I'm like, oh, very well done.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Agreed.
Yeah. It was very, people are, it's very interesting. With the last president in office, there were a lot of people that thought, the end of the world's coming, the country's falling apart.
Oh yeah.
Now the other half feels the same
Right.
way. And I was
in 4 years,
and I was
again.
talking to somebody just the other day that is in a desperate feeling about it, where it's just like overwhelming, and it's a terrible thing, and the world's coming to a end. How can all of this happen? And on and on and on. And then it kind of like, I really wasn't defending any position. I was listening, but I was trying to play the devil's advocate a little bit, saying, well, presidents come and go, and I mean, it's like, you're going to be okay, and that kind of a thing. And at the end of the day, it's like, okay, dude, just shut news off 100%, because you're not going to make it if you stay on with this. I mean, it just tears you down depending on who you're listening to and who's in office.
Yeah.
I
agree.
And it's sad that we
choose to
we've
follow.
gotten to that point, but that ad kind of took you away from all of it and kind of refocused on what's important.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought they did a brilliant job.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of that Mike Tyson ad?
Oh, I thought he looked slim.
He looked good.
Yeah.
He looked really good.
I know, right? I'm like, Mike?
Yeah.
And I think that was a government.
It was. It was a
commercial.
.gov,
.gov.
realfood.gov, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I didn't know his sister died. I didn't know he had gotten so overweight.
345.
Yeah, that's big time.
That's a big boy.
Big time.
And he's already a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was really well done. Did you see that one, David? No, I didn't see that.
Eating fruits and vegetables, and
good
for them.
There's a massive backlash on that ad now.
Why?
What?
Oh, he's fat shaming us. Okay, I'm the fat kid in the room here. I need to eat better, right? And why is this is not fat shaming? This is let's get healthy.
Yeah.
We are such an unhealthy society. I thought they took you from beginning to end, because you're sitting there going, wow, that's Mike. Whoa, I didn't know his sister died at 25 of a heart attack.
So
Whoa,
why are people not saying liquid IV is a bad idea? Because it's telling you to look at your pee.
That's true. That's true. You're hydration shaming me, Todd.
Yeah, hydration shaming Travis. Is your pee yellow, Travis?
Because we've created victimhood and we've created looking for something to offend me all the time. That's why.
What did you guys think of? Did you get the Frontier Airlines one?
I don't know if I saw the Frontier Airlines.
So it was, remember back when we were kids, Pepsi did the redeem points.
Yes.
And they did the redeem 7 million points.
Oh, I did see
I did
see that. He's flying free now.
Right. With Frontier Airlines. I thought, okay, well, that's an interesting ad. I thought it was hilarious, but you also have to be 50 plus to get that joke and understand it.
Yeah.
And so I thought for people under 50, that's going to be a total miss.
Yeah.
And who does Frontier Airlines service? Under 50. So I don't fly Frontier. I have friends that I used to fly with at Tex that are pilots at Frontier, and they'll call me and go, hey, you want a buddy pass? Come out. I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'll see you. I'll come out, but I'm not flying Frontier Airlines because it's not my airline.
I won't fly it anymore because they've just come like, I don't want to use the word. You're at the gate. And carry-on baggage, they're just horrible about it and rude. And I have this bag that it's a nice looking suitcase. I got a TJ Maxx for like $20, and the other tag said it was really $200. I don't really give a hoot. I just like, this will be great for my 4 or 5 day trips when I just can take a small bag, and it fits in those things. And this woman comes up and she goes, "You're gonna have to tag your bag. It's gonna be $35." And I go, and she's like looking at me. I go, "Ma'am, are you talking to me?" And she goes, "Yes." I go, "Oh, my name's Gary." I said, "I'm not going to tag my bag." She goes, "Well, that's where." I go, "No, it'll fit in there just fine." She goes, "You need to tag your bag." I go, "You need to put my bag in the thing." She marches over and she picks it up and she puts it into her chagrin. She was just like, she goes, "Well, I guess it fits." And she left it there for me to go get. I'm like, okay, that's memorable service for all the wrong reasons.
Do you want to know why? Here's a little inside baseball for you. So those gate agents don't actually work for Frontier Airlines. They are a sub company that's hired by the airline.
Really?
To make them money.
For every time those people get somebody, and
they get a
them,
point.
They get
that
they get a portion of it.
Yep,
that makes sense.
Why would you do this to your people?
Yeah,
right? You want to?
Well, I won't fly Frontier again because
no way.
I was like, that's so rude. Like,
yep. Well, we got to run to a break. I'm going to do this. I'm going to move our little outro here to the following one. Let's give it to Barry Law. Barry Law is nationally recognized for representing veterans and individuals in complex legal cases, known for standing up for veterans and clients who need strong advocates when the stakes are high. Barry Law, trusted legal representation with a mission to serve. Learn more at jsbarrylaw.com. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish, talking with Todd Calfee from Western National Bank, and we'll have more after this.
KLIN.
You're listening to the 402 Business Insider, sponsored by Wyuka Cemetery and Funeral Home. Today, our guest, Todd Calfee, Western National Bank. We're talking Super Bowl ads. Let's talk about a couple of misses. Did you guys see the Bud Light keg?
Yes. Yes.
What did you guys think of that?
It was a miss.
Right.
I think what they were trying to accomplish.
There's a path.
Yeah. I mean, we went from, I don't want to really get into, I think we all know what happened in the last one.
Right.
And to now they're trying to get people married, male and female. And so they try to make something funny about rolling down a hill and so on and so forth. I just think it was a miss.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. This one to me was probably one of the worst. Was the Alexa ad, right? Did you guys see that one?
The pool cover drowning him.
Yes, drowning.
I mean, there was a snake. I hate snakes.
It was dark.
Yeah.
It was very dark.
Yeah. But you do remember it.
You do, but you want me to buy this product, and there are people who have fears that AI is listening and they're paying attention. And now it's telling you we can watch you, because that was part of the ad.
Right.
And then it's, Alexa's trying to kill me. And then it shows you all the ways that Alexa's can kill you. I'm like, my God, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
They definitely went on the limb with that one. Not a fan myself, but again, who's Alexa competing against? Siri.
Yeah.
So
Siri didn't do anything crazy.
So I don't have an Alexa.
Just lit up.
I don't have an Alexa. I'm not getting one. Well, my daughter was in a serious car accident, and what saved her was that when she woke up, it was like 29 below zero. Windows had been broken out. When she woke up, she didn't have her phone, but she was able to say, "Hey, SIRI, call 911." So I tell the story 3 or 4 times the next day until finally the lady down here at the Lincoln City County building said, "Mr. Tharnish, if you tell the story and say SIRI and they call one more time, I will set you up to be fine."
Yes.
So our phones do constantly listen to us. We've known that forever. I mean, it was probably 10 or 12 years ago where the kids are like, "Dad, don't just tell us that you want to spend time with us for Christmas. We want to get you some. What do you want? We'll get you." I said, "Well, give me some drumsticks." "What kind of drumsticks?" "I don't, Vic Firth 5Bs. What do you think I see in like 20 minutes later on my Facebook feed?
Boom.
Yeah.
Not just drumsticks, but Vic Firth. 5Bs. I'm like,
anyway,
we're ready.
What did you guys think of like the TurboTax? Did you see the TurboTax one?
Yes.
Refresh my memory.
He was trying to mimic the expert, the star. I don't even know who. I quote finger quote star. I'm like, what are we
Somebody
doing
I should
here?
know.
Yeah, obviously that one.
It was confusing.
Weird. Yeah,
and that's amazing to me. I mean, if you're going to spend $10 to $15 million all in on an ad and it's confusing,
right?
That's or like the ones we talked about where at the end of the ad it was like, what was that for? You're missing the boat. I don't get it.
Well, what about the Poppy ad? Is that a real product?
Yeah, Poppy, it is. Younger generation. My daughter tried to get me to drink Poppy. She goes, "Dad, you got to buy this Poppy. It's really good." And they have a cherry cola because she doesn't like cherry cola. So I buy it. It was probably the worst tasting cherry cola I have ever. That's how I know about Poppy.
Do you drink that? Are you familiar with
David's
it, David?
Got a grin
with Poppy.
I don't drink it, but I know a lot of people like around my age.
There you go.
Do drink it?
It's very younger generation targeted. Yes.
Did it connect with your generation?
Not me, no. But I mean, like I'm sure I could see why other people get it though. Like for sure.
Yeah.
Because there was a star in there. I have no idea who it was because they said, "Oh, you had so and so in the ad. Why you could have done so much better?" I'm like, "Who's so and so?"
We're getting old, Travis.
I know.
We're seasoned.
Yeah.
I know. I thought it was a total whiff. What was the vodka? Svedka vodka.
Okay, I kind of like that.
AI. Did you?
I did kind of like it. Yeah, I want a robot
that drinks
I just
vodka?
want a robot. I just before I
Mexican
die,
vodka.
I want to have one robot.
Get one of those little dogs.
No,
those
I want
little
like
robot
I want
dogs.
like that robot. One of those
Okay.
human-looking white robots that can do all like mow the lawn, all sorts
It
of
didn't
stuff.
didn't get rated very well.
No,
No,
it didn't.
no.
It didn't.
It was kind of
I thought the Ritz crackers, what was the island
Well-
thing? Like what is this? This is a hot mess.
Yeah, I thought that was a real hot mess myself.
yeah. Again,
Miss.
Dumb.
Total miss. Who eats crackers at the beach?
Yeah.
I don't know. I that seemed weird. There were
right.
a couple of
Nachos,
people I
baby.
recognized. There was one person that I don't know if he was a celeb or a quasi celeb or what, but it was all very, very strange.
Instacart, the bananas.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was
weird.
really strange.
Yeah,
really
I
bizarre.
That didn't land with me at all.
No, I couldn't follow it.
Well, let's do some more misses here after this break because we have a hard break coming up. But I do want to take a minute and thank a brand new sponsor, the Lincoln Electrical JATC program. Are you or anyone you looking for a good job? The electrical program is unbelievable. If you have young people or even middle-aged people who are looking for a good opportunity, check out the Lincoln JATC electrical program. You get paid full-time while you learn, and you only attend classes like 2 nights a week. My son went through this program. I tell people there are 2 things about becoming an electrician. 1, AI is never going to replace you. And 2, today's electrician is tomorrow's millionaire. So my son, who just graduated, he asked me to do his taxes for him, right? And I'm not going to share how much money he made, but I'm going to show you guys. This is how much a 22-year-old kid made in 1 year. That's more than I made last year.
That is sweet.
Right?
Well, we
Can I
always
sign
say
up? Do
in
they-
real
do
estate, we
they,
always say it is the next millionaire.
It is. It
The plumbers
really
and
is.
electricians.
Yep.
So do yourself a favor. Go check it out. If you know anybody who's young who's looking for an opportunity, the Lincoln Electrical JATC program, it's lincolnelectricaljatc.org. Go check them out. We will be back right after this message.
199.3 KLIN.
And we're back on the 402 Business Insider. Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish, talking with Todd Calfee from Western National Bank, former owner of the Minnow Project. And right now, this is sponsored by the UPS store. I want to go into 5 takeaways. So this is just 5 things that we can take away. And seeing as you are a marketing guru, I just want to talk. Let's talk about a couple of takeaways that people can take with them when they're starting to plan their marketing. What's your first big takeaway for people?
Clarity beats clever.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
And didn't we see that in Super Bowl ads?
Yes,
Because some of them hit it and some of them really missed it.
Yeah,
There was a lot of really, really creative things, but again, we talk about it. We don't remember it.
right.
You got to be clear.
If you haven't nailed clarity, then you've lost. If I'm sitting here going, is this a real product? Xfinity, like you said, is this a thing? What do they do?
Well, I've seen ads, Super Bowl ads, a couple this week where I'm like, what was that product?
Right.
That's really bad.
That's really
Talk
bad.
about absolutely zero clarity.
Yeah.
I don't even know what product you're advertising.
There was the one trying to think of who's the lady that's on the, oh man, I'm going to butcher this now. Ed O'Neill, the Married with Children guy, his new show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen his new show, but
Yeah.
I know.
And his wife is that real gorgeous Latina
Oh yeah,
girl.
they ended up in a plane or something. She goes, I
Yeah,
just got a permit. See,
Right.
what was that for?
I have no idea. I'm sitting
you
here
go.
going, what does this product do? What is this? It was clever, but
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that you're trying to get me to do. You're trying to get me to do something. Buy a product, make emotional connection. And all I did was walk away totally confused.
Yeah.
And you just spent however many millions of dollars to confuse me.
Yeah.
No, I think that is excellent. Make sure when you're hiring somebody to do your advertising, make sure your message is crystal clear. I love that. What's your second takeaway?
Don't abandon your core customer. That's one of the biggest things that people cannot do. You cannot abandon those core customers. When you hear the word core, they're your core customers. You have to appreciate them because you know how hard it is to get a client. The last thing you want to do is abandon them because you think this next big thing is going to be it's going to do it for your product or your agency or whatever. So we're going to kind of abandon them and go with this because we believe it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, do you think sometimes with these companies that can pay for $20 million worth of data, so they can really see what the demographics are, and we need to reach this group or that group or whatever. I kind of come to the NFL thing and the halftime show and what they chose and how they chose it, wanting to go more international or whatever. Talk about losing some of your core, right? I mean, that's a big thing right there. But I think, you know, it was definitely, I'm sure that was data driven. And I think sometimes if you're in marketing and you're sitting around a room and there's 12 of you and 4 of them have been diving into data and analytics for days to come to this meeting, and if they can kind of becomes the alphas in the room, it's really easy to miss this other step. I mean, I think you can abandon just for the sake of we're losing the younger generation, we're losing the older generation, so we need to do this or that, and you can create an ad and completely miss the target.
And if your core audience, they're the ones that are going to be there,
right,
no matter what, unless you tick them off,
unless you abandon them.
Yeah,
and it happens.
Look at the Papa John's thing with you, where I mean,
Yeah.
you can lose half of your customers with one statement,
with one comment.
Yeah.
One
Right.
comment, half your people have gone. And we're actually going to, this is a little foreshadowing because we're going to go into that for This Needs an Adjustment.
Okay.
Is our don't abandon your core customers, because there's lots of examples of that. What's your third takeaway?
Emotional connection. I mean, it is the emotional connection. We talk about that all the time. How can you make things emotional to where it sticks with them? I mean, what is that? How are you going to do it? How are you going to prepare for that? And how do you know it's going to resonate with them?
Yes. And that, to me, emotional connection, if you can take a product, an image, marry it to an emotion, you're going to lock people in. It is tough.
Well, Lay's did it.
Lay's nailed
Super
it.
Bowl
Excellent.
ad. They
Excellent
nailed
example.
it. Absolutely nailed it. And I think that was multi-generational as well.
Oh, it's
Not
totally
just-
was. And
For me, I saw legacy in it, and the younger person that we were watching it with definitely saw just, how they love, that's so cool. I wish my grandpa was alive when I was young. I mean, it just touched everybody's heart.
Yeah.
it was, you played it back in your, at least I did. I played it back to when my kids were younger. And I wished back then technology was big enough where you had we had camcorders, we had things like that, but they weren't it wasn't like your iPhone where you could just shoot a quick video. But I can remember teaching each one of my kids to ride a motorcycle and what that was like in my front yard. I wished I could watch that again. And I think like Lay's, they did that. They captured that.
Now the Budweiser commercial may have missed a little bit of the second takeaway, but captured the third takeaway for me and my generation. Because for me, it brought me back to, I remember watching on Thanksgiving and Christmas ads and then Super Bowl ads with family when I was a toddler in the 60s and 70s, going, this way gave away my age. Who gives a crap? Anyway, back in the day, I started a story the other day with some friends were over and I'm like, when the wall fell down in Berlin and everything, I was in the White House at a dinner and the guy just stops. He goes, "Oh my God, I love stories." That's like, how old are you? Like, what? You remember that? Anyway, the nostalgia of that, that commercial brings me back to sitting with my grandpa and grandma, who I miss, with my dad, whom I miss, and watching, the Super Bowl and Thanksgiving. It just brings all that back for me, the way that they did it, and just make me so proud to be an American.
Yeah.
So for me, it really touched me. You didn't like it, I know.
I didn't, but I know exactly where you're going. Because for me, when we were young, it was the Clydesdales. you always
Yes.
watched
Always.
the Clydesdales,
right.
and they had the Dalmatian, and they were
Yes.
bringing
Yeah,
the beer,
yeah.
and it was
The
it
fire
was clever.
trucks.
It was
Yeah,
brilliant. But it didn't make that connection for me.
Yeah.
To me, it was just a horse. It didn't. They didn't show other Clydesdales, if that's the connection they were trying to make. It didn't land for me, but that
Well, that's a
doesn't
good
mean
point.
that they didn't.
Yeah, no, I think they nailed it, but I completely understand what you're saying.
They could have
Travis.
had a little more for you to bring
yeah.
it to conclusion.
I would say though, the brilliant thing that they did was they had a horse and an eagle on the sidelines. Did you see that?
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
didn't. Well,
I looked, I'm like, there you go. That's how you bring it back together.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's going to hit the younger generation because the song Freebird. I mean, I don't.
Oh,
there's kids that I know that are 10 or 11 years old that know the song Freebird.
Yeah.
So and you've got a bird, and so I think it. Yeah.
have you
I
seen
love
the
that
thing
one.
on Spotify where you can do at the end of the year? It'll tell you what your musical age is, your listening musical age.
No.
And so my kids, it's really cool if you do Spotify. I can show you how to do it if I can remember. But do you know what that is, David? What's that called? There's a name for it. Spotify Wrapped. You can find it on your Spotify. So the kids are talking about it, and we're there, and you know, one of them was like, "Oh my God, I'm 89." One was like, "I'm 65," and I think Todd was like 72. Everybody was like really high, and I'm like, go to mine. I'm like, I'm 29 somewhere. My musical listening is 29, but I think because I play so much music, I listen to a wide variety. But anyway, so my kids might know Freebird.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I
I haven't
guarantee
thought
you.
about
I
it.
know mine does.
Of course they do. Yeah.
And they'll
Yeah.
dance to it when it gets to that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What's your fourth one?
Consistency builds trust. Consistency, consistent. We used to hammer that to our customers. Don't just think if you're running something for a month and you don't see the results that you want, to switch it over and keep trying things. You'll lose them.
Yep.
You got to stay consistent. And I think you saw that. And you know, like Budweiser. I keep going back to Budweiser. Consistency.
Yeah. I remember when I first opened the shop, I knew suddenly I'd been in the business for a while. So I got that part of it. I had no idea about managing people, bookkeeping, marketing at all. And I'm like, but it was creative. Oh, marketing's fun. And then I was like, well, this isn't bringing me in. And I remember Jeff Dostal was my rep here from Cal-An. And he came in and I said, well, I'll give you this much money for 3 months and see what it does. He goes, I don't want your business if you're going to do that. What if you give me just a little bit more than that where we go the whole 12 months? It might be so, but we're going to consistently run on just, and I'm thinking, well, you're the weirdest salesman I've ever met. Like, why wouldn't you want the money now? Like, you're on commission. It was the best advice ever. And then he started teaching me about marketing, your marketing bridge and everything. And it made all the difference in the world. But I do think a lot of business owners that I didn't know anything about marketing, really. I mean, I know I didn't know because I made a lot of mistakes and wasted a lot of money because I wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
So consistency. Okay. So this, I'm going to bring one up from the past, but you guys will remember this, and it's still going to this day. And I loved it. I loved it since I was a kid. Weird Wally's.
Oh, yes.
Never once did he stray from being Weird Wally.
He was as weird as you could be always.
Always.
And did you ever meet him in person?
Oh, yes.
Or go into his auto place? He was just
Absolutely.
as weird there as he was on
But
TV.
the dude sold car after car after car, and they were sorry, Wally. Well, you're dead now. But anyways, sorry, Wally.
I know he would order flowers at the flower shop, and he was weird. He was,
but he was.
We would always be like,
and weird. Here's what's crazy.
You
So
don't know
I moved
anything
here in
about it.
1998. I don't think he was around. I never saw any ads. I never heard. I know who he is.
Yeah.
I've never
Oh
seen.
no, he was around
I
98.
think
He was in the 60s.
He once did an ad in his underwear.
Oh, he did.
In his whitey tighties.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, and back when it was like, that was still very risque, but it was just weird. And everybody was like, yeah, you are really weird. But he sold a ton of cars.
Yeah, he did. And I mean, even when you pulled into Lincoln, do you remember there was a sign that says you're entering weird country?
And it was upside down.
It was upside down.
It was upside down. I remember those billboards.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
good.
I know that he was at least around the 70s.
That's very consistent. Yeah.
Wow.
He was here through the 80s, and because I didn't open my store till 86, and he was here till mid 90s, I think.
Yeah. And the way he made money, you went in there, let's say it was in 94, and you went in there with a 1990 Porsche that's worth 50 grand. He'd say, yeah, I'll give you 14,000 cash for it right now. Well, people, sometimes they would sell it because they needed the cash. Wally knew how to make money.
He did.
And his message was the same. So
But
don't abandon that consistency.
So we did a marketing show, just kind of a marketing debrief, so to speak, about a month or so ago. And we covered a lot of these things. And I had somebody go, well, all your examples, because we did Snap, Crackle, and Pop, we did Good to the Last Drop, we did all these consistent marketing campaigns. And they said, well, you didn't really do anything local. Can you do it locally? Yeah. Weird Wally's a great example. Or here's a little tip of the hat to Fred Monick, the beautiful glow at 40th and L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we remember these ads because not because they were good or bad, but because they were consistent.
Ernie's and Ceresco, go bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, you know Ernie's.
Yes. Pizza Shuttle.
Shuttle. I mean,
I did. We turn your feelings.
They
into
stayed
flowers
true to their
for
brand
years.
and their message, and they succeeded. The ones that tend to fail, they stray away from that consistent message.
Yeah, that's a great advice. What's your last one?
Marketing can't fix a broken strategy.
Yeah,
you have to have a strategy.
Yes, you do.
Before you do anything, you need to know what you're doing. So that could take us to Super Bowl ads and the strategy. So we may think, well, they produced this spot, but there was not a lot of strategy to it. There's a lot of strategy. There's a lot of behind the scene things that people just don't understand. Focus groups. And there may have been a few that didn't have focus groups, but they're spending possibly $1 million on focus groups to make sure that message that they're going to run, that color that they're going to run, everything is going to land the way it's supposed to. And
it's so funny,
but they have to do that.
It's so funny you say that, because Alex and I, when we were watching the game, I said, did these people even run these ads through focus groups? Because some of them were so bad.
I would agree.
Yeah. To bring it real local, I think, again, if your business is broken, that's no ad is going to really fix that.
Right.
You got to get that together first. But I also see a lot of local businesses waste money in marketing where they don't have that marketing bridge. You maybe go into the small shop and the people working there don't know what's being advertised because the information isn't shared. I went through that I would do a live ad and we would have a special, and it'd be like, in my mind, I knew what I was going to do because I was on the phone at 6 a.m. in the morning with my supplier going, oh, you have an overabundance of this? Great. We're going to do this special. I'd do the ad. And I was doing the ad right when the shop opened, but I didn't tell the shop about it. So I'd get in, it'd be like 8:30 and I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, hello, bad marketing bridge. There's that too.
Well, and here is the perfect example to tie it all together that marketing can't fix a broken strategy. We just had a gripe session about Frontier Airlines. They had a great ad.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. It connected. But at the end of the day, it's a broken strategy. I don't fly Frontier Airlines because unless I'm carrying a cigar box with my underwear in it, they're going to charge me $50 or whatever it is, right?
70, I think mine cost.
Was it 70?
They are not going to let you on the plane with a cigar box in your underwear. I'm telling you that. Well, see, the thing that comes back to being memorable too.
Yeah, exactly.
We all they were memorable for all three of us for the wrong reason.
For a very bad reason.
Yes, you don't fix it.
Well, that was 5 Takeaways, sponsored by Nebraska Farmers Network. Want to thank them for being a sponsor of the show. NFN exists to support Nebraska farmers and ranchers through education, advocacy, and connection. It's about strengthening agriculture in communities that depend on keeping Nebraska farms Nebraska-owned. To learn more, go to NebraskaFarmersNetwork.com. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider, Travis Filing, Gary Tharnish, talking with Todd Calfee from Western National Bank, and we're going to have more right after this break.
KLIN.
And we're back on the 402 Business Insider. This segment sponsored by Lincoln Coin at Bullion. These guys are trying to trip me up.
It's
with
broth.
Bullion. Yes. But I got it. I nailed it. Want to thank those guys for being sponsors. We're talking with Todd Calfee, and this needs an adjustment. And this needs an adjustment. The thing that popped into my head was Bud Light. Bud Light made a massive marketing misstep, and their plan needed an adjustment, a big adjustment. So I thought, okay, well, we have Todd in here, and I'm going to just drop this on your lap, Todd. Phone rings. It's Augustus Bush, and he goes, Todd, we're in a mess. You're the guy that's going to solve it for us. We need an adjustment. What's the plan?
It would be if I could answer that like really quickly, I couldn't, because they need a lot of help.
Yeah.
If they want to bring back Bud Light drinkers and consumers of Bud Light product. I have friends to this day that will not buy Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
They just won't. And how do they fix it? Just what we talked about. Get back to your core customers.
Yeah.
Get back to those core customers. Trust me, they have the analytic. They know who their customer is. How do you reach them? The Super Bowl this year did not reach them.
No,
it didn't. I think they tried. I think they tried to do it. Again, how do you fix it? Go back to your core audience. Talk to them. Ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
I mean,
there you go.
got to
almost have to own it.
Well, we've talked just being in business, how important it is as a leader to own your mistake and just own it and just say, hey, we're sorry that this happened. It was not our intention, whatever it might be, but just own it. If it was your intention, then own that as well. But that's really going to be the only way you're going to bring it back.
See, and
in my opinion,
when I wrote this question, because I don't want to put you through anything I wouldn't put myself through. How would I fix it? I don't know, because so much time has passed. My first thought was own it, but it's been a couple of years.
You
now.
left it hanging.
It's too long. There's this big matzo ball hanging out there, and you pretended like it didn't happen. Now is it too late?
It's not too late. It's Bud Light. It'll come back. I mean, it's going to take time. And how much time will it take for them to recoup? What, a couple $1 billion?
$27 billion
in market share. For trying to prove a point.
And what was the point?
Don't know.
That was just it.
Well, yeah, it's like, think of them making a snowball at the top of a mountain, right? And they made a mistake, and that snowball fell out of their hand and it hit the snow and it started rolling, and it's getting bigger and bigger. They needed to stop it right away.
Right.
It's already gone down the hill, crushed into this town, rolled to the next
right.
one. I mean, yes. I don't know. Like, yeah, no wonder you said, I don't know at this point. It's a huge, they may never get it back.
And I think the one example that really stood out to me was Domino's. Domino's did that. Remember, they went through and they were reading all their bad reviews in a bunch of ads.
Yeah.
And they're like, ketchup on cardboard and death discs and all this stuff. And then they went around and they were delivering pizzas and having people try it again. I thought it was a brilliant marketing plan. And then I ordered Domino's and it was terrible. Right? It's like
marketing bridge.
You got one shot.
I think they're getting better. Personally,
but I'm not going back though, because it was bad for so long, and then you get to a point where, okay, I can afford not to eat this pizza anymore, and then the ads come out who are targeted toward me going, hey, we're different, we're good, we're a quality brand pizza. And then I went and ordered it, and again, and I'm sure it's different in different markets or different stores, but the store that I ordered it from, bad. It was bad. I'm like, oh, this is exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Right? So,
that's one of the challenging things about franchises in general.
Oh,
the consistency from store to store, and that can make a big difference.
Yeah, and they're supposed to have somebody watch over that, but how often do they?
But it's tough.
It's a day off. It was their day off when you ordered the pizza.
Well, when my buddy Troy that owned a bunch of Papa John's, he had a couple of guys who they were brilliant pizza makers, and even though it's all the same ingredients, it's put together a certain way can make it good or bad. And he had guys that I would specifically drive past one store to go to another to have them make my pizza because it was good.
So much better.
Yeah, I look at Budweiser now. Tell me what you think of this. If Budweiser came to me and said, okay, what's the plan? I would say, you know what? Just put on the cruise control, lighten up on the marketing, and make a different beer. I would not start a new brewery, but I would
buy one.
Yep. And then, because people drink Bud Light, it was the number one beer for decades.
Become a new craft type beer of some sort or something.
Yeah, and call it whatever.
Overall.
Calfee Light, right?
Yeah,
and you start out this beer brand and then just gain them back that way.
Yeah. It cost them a fortune to do it.
Yeah, but what's it costing them now?
Well,
$27 billion.
Right, $27 billion.
I mean, we could put a number on that.
I like to think I could make a beer successful with $27 billion.
Again, So think about, they jumped on a hot topic of the day and thought they were going to do something really cool or whatever. And oftentimes when you do that and you go off track, you're not following your process, you're not following your plan, you're not following your strategy. You see that in so many things right now. What's put your finger up. How's the wind blowing?
Right.
Let's market to that.
And how many people have done it? Target, Ben and Jerry's,
So many,
Harley Davidson. I mean,
and what's missing in that we just talked about? Consistency. It's one of the 5 takeaways.
Yeah.
Right. You just lose that. And in their case, they lost it big.
Well, you turn your back on your core audience.
Well,
these are the people who got you there.
We talked about the takeaways. Don't abandon your core customer. They abandoned them.
Yeah.
Majorly abandoned them.
Majorly.
Consistency builds trust.
And I think what makes it real tough too is for beer drinkers, like I drink beer, not a bunch, but if I change brands, now I've gotten used to this new brand.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have to convince me to abandon my new beer to go back.
And yours is better, even though you pissed me off.
Yeah,
So
it
like,
was when I was drinking it, but now it's not because I've gotten used to Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now am I going to go back because you said you're sorry? Probably not.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I'm just telling you, that's a tough one.
There is a marketer out there that is going to make millions and millions and millions of dollars getting this brand right.
As they should.
So both of you owned and you do own a marketing firm. So did a nightmare ever for you? Papa John's is definitely a nightmare.
Papa
I would
John's
think that happened. Was there one that happened with you where your client just did something where you're like, oh my Lord, what were you thinking? And just blew their marketing. I mean, you look at what happened here and you just think there had to be somebody just going, oh my Lord, this was.
Yeah, we had customers that came in with really bad ideas of what they wanted us to execute. And we warned them many, many times, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
They wanted to do it anyways. And I said, well, okay, we're going to do it. We produced it. It was a flop. It was a failure. And I'm not just saying that's because we told them, hey, don't do it.
Well, it was your job to do that.
Yeah.
You're doing your job.
It was my job telling them not to do it. They didn't listen. And it could have worked. I mean, possibly, but it did not work. But again, they were getting away from their core audience.
Yeah.
They're going after something completely different that they don't know about, that we don't know about. They didn't want to pay us, the extra money to go out and research that. They just wanted to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're paying the bill.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they pay the bill and didn't mess it up so much that they can't. I think in real estate, I always tell in my business, in my consultations with them, I'll say whether it's selling or buying, I'll go, here's the deal. This is how it works. If I'm going to represent you and we're going to work together, I'm going to control the process. I completely control the process because I know how we get from writing an offer on a house to closing, or from accepting an offer on the house you're selling to the closing table. But all along the way, you control the decision. Now, if you're going to make a decision that I think is going to have some very adverse consequences, I'm going to talk to you about those very seriously. But it's still your decision. And I think in marketing, that would be really tough where you're like going, this is bad.
Yeah.
But they control the decision because that would be hard.
But Gary, that's what people want though. In your world, they want transparency.
Yeah.
They need somebody to be transparent.
Yeah.
And we tried, but in this particular case,
yeah, what could you do?
See, and we've actually walked away from people.
Oh, I have
dug
to.
their heels in and said,
well.
"This is what we're going to do."
Yep.
Well, you're going to do it without me because I'm not going to have my name attached to it.
I've let 2 clients go, and they were just flabbergasted. I was very, diplomatic about it, and it didn't end up poorly, but they were pretty well shocked. And I just said, I don't see a good outcome here for you, and I want to be memorable for you, but not for the wrong reasons. And I don't see this ending up. I mean. Got to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of times, like in marketing, even if you tell them this is going to be a flop, it's not a good idea, you're missing this, you're missing that, whatever it is, when it flops, they're still going to drag you through the mud and go, well, you didn't execute it properly.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to blame somebody because most people won't take the heat themselves.
And I get it. People get excited about their ideas. They want to do it, but sometimes we are experts. We're experts. We're just telling them, again, being transparent.
Yeah.
And
this is what I do. 24/7.
I'm not faulting them. I don't fault those customers. They had a passion. They were going to do it. I just didn't think it was going to work. Our team did not think it was going to work. It did not work. So it's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Well, we're going to head to a break here. That was This Needs an Adjustment, sponsored by Ascend Chiropractic. You know when you need an adjustment in your business and in your body. Do it before things get out of hand. Total chiropractic care for adults and pediatrics, rehabilitation, acupuncture, cupping, weight loss. The list goes on and on. To see their list of services or to schedule an appointment, go online to ascendchiropracticne.com. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider, Gary Tharnish, Travis Filing. We're talking with Todd Calfee of Western National Bank, and we'll have more right after this break.
LIN.
We're back. Thanks for sticking with us. This segment is sponsored by Integrated Behavioral Health Services. Gary Tharnish, Travis Filing, and we're talking with Todd Calfee from Western National Bank, and it's time for This Does Not Need an Adjustment.
Yes.
Right. So I really can't read this one. I was reading, if you didn't know. So this segment is just going to be a lot of fun.
I got these jumbled up because we usually have a 90-minute show. Now we're moving to 2 hours. And so now I'm getting everything screwed up, and that's on
okay.
Me. Travis needs an adjustment.
This is going to be like local businesses in the Super Bowl question. Is the big splash marketing worth it?
Yes.
That's what we're going to talk about.
I love that question because so many people want to make this big splash, and does it stick? Does it land? Now, Todd, you did something at the Minnow Project, and I'm trying to remember what the product was. That doesn't mean it was bad, because I can't remember. What was the tattoo thing?
Oh yeah, it was. So we had a local arena football team that basically owed us money. I said, I want my money. They couldn't afford it, so we thought, all right, we'll utilize the cheerleaders because cheerleaders are showing their midriffs off. So I go, okay, well, let's put temporary tattoos on their bellies because, the media would focus in on them, right? Mm-hmm. So we called it advertising. So we went out and sold these. So you had the football team's name on there along with the sponsors. And we thought, well, we'll take it a step further. What we'll do is we'll make miniature ones that can go on the kids' face when the kids came to the game, because everybody wanted those little tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
So we created the advertising. Huge success.
Cool.
Huge.
Sure.
And it became very controversial. We had, after Tiger Woods won the Masters, Marty gets a phone call from CNN. Because we were exploiting women's bodies, and so
the uniform wasn't.
Yeah. And I go, oh my gosh, this is taking a weird turn, but let's roll with it. So we did. We rolled with it. We were on the Jay Leno show.
Nice.
Ripley's, believe it or not, flew a crew in from California to interview us.
What?
Oh, it was huge. We were on the Man Show. We were on every show. We had people knocking on their doors. I had hate mail coming. I had people calling me to. It's just an idea. It's just an idea of how can I get this $1,200 that they owe me? I mean, that $1,200 turned into a lot of money. That somebody quickly replicated, even though we patented it. But there's ways around patents, and
always.
Yeah, so it is big splash market. That wasn't supposed to be a big splash,
right? It
turned into a big splash.
Who was the marketer, or you were the marketer? What was the product?
A temporary tattoo.
Oh, that was the product.
That was the product that went on the midriffs of the ladies.
Yeah,
and
so you were trying to sell temporary tattoos.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I even got a call from Pamela Lee Anderson on the telephone, who I hung up on because I didn't think it was actually her. No, it was her. I got a call back, and they wanted me to
President Click.
They wanted me to apply temporary tattoos in a golf tournament with Marcus Allen for the Playboy bunnies.
Oh my goodness.
And Cabo. And so it was way too big for us. So we were using another firm for PR, and they said, yes, you can do that, but the price is X amount of dollars to do it. So I went back to them and said, yeah, I'm happy to do this. This is the cost. And, it didn't go over very well.
It didn't work.
Well, in many different ways. My wife was not thrilled, but But anyways, it was a lot of fun. We caught a lot of press. I mean, a ton of press. Something I'm proud
Speaking
of.
of
big splash, I don't know. It does it? It depends. What we're looking at is just big splash will it make it? It depends. If you stay consistent with that big splash and play off of it in different segments, it can absolutely. But is there one big thing that's going to hit? It's going to explode? And no, I don't think so.
My unintended one was, I can't believe I'm going to say this again on the radio, but I'm going to preface it with saying I was 3 years old. I only had sisters, and my mom took me through the women's locker room at Woods Pool, so I didn't want to go to the bathroom. But I was on a live radio show every Tuesday in the morning on a country station, and I did a live ad, and I basically kind of became part of their morning.
And
show.
You were 3?
No. I had my business, but what I'm going to talk about, what I did, I was 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
In a pool.
Okay.
All right. So I didn't listen to country music, and they knew that because I was in the 80s and the drummer. I didn't want to do country music. Anyway, there's a lot to this story, but they knew I didn't listen. So they build the audience up for like a whole hour before. When we get Gary on, we're going to ask him real quick a question he has to answer, and we're going to just like hit him with it, target it. He has to answer without thinking. It's going to be a big one. So they build the whole audience up. So I get on the radio. Hey, Gary, how you doing? So I'm doing great. How's your day going? Oh, it's going really good and everything. And listen, we're going to ask you a question, and you don't have time to think about it. You need to answer it honestly. Will you honestly answer a question and tell the truth if we ask you? And I'm like, yes, I was just in the Bible study group last night. We were talking about lying, and people were like, would you? And I'm like, you should never lie. And then somebody's like, what if somebody's chasing your daughter and she went left? Would you tell me she went left? You went right. I go, I would lie. They went right. But I will tell you guys. And they're like, you sure? You should. They build it up. And they go, okay, have you ever peed in a pool? And I go, yes. They put on all these sounds and stuff, and I go, but I was 3. Wait a minute, I was 3. Okay, you can't dial that back. I got letters from PPSG, Pool Business Support Group, for months. We had a live remote like 4 years later, and somebody put a kiddies pool outside the front of the flower shop filled with Mountain Dew. So this was like in 93.
Yeah. He was not drinking liquid IV in those days.
2017. 93 to 2017, I am planning funeral flowers with this 97-year-old woman who has just buried her husband. It's very sad. Her kids are there, which are older than me. Her grandkids are my age. And we're planting the flowers. It goes really good. And in the end, I would always, give the loved one a rose and ask if they wanted a hug. And she goes, yeah, I'd love to have a hug. So I gave her a hug, and she whispers in my ear, and she goes, you know what? I peed in a pool one time too. But I got so much sympathy business. So marketing, you never know.
Yeah.
Right.
Never know.
Yeah. And they razz me for that forever. The PPSG, by the way, was made up by my bank.
I mean, Western National Bank has to start doing.
The tellers finally told on the owners.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God. Anyway, I just said it again. I'm going to be in trouble.
When I look at big splash advertising, people go, who had the best Super Bowl ad this year? And I go, no, not the question. The question is, who had the best Super Bowl ad last year? Because if you can't remember it, it probably wasn't that good.
Very good.
And if you take an ad and you use a big splash like the Super Bowl and then run it consistently afterwards, that's how you win. And I think back to Volkswagen. They had 4 kids in the car, and they were driving down the road, and they were probably like teen age, maybe early 20s, something like that. And they're just talking and they're jamming, doing their thing. And then all of a sudden somebody runs a red light and T-bones them. And you see the car coming because it's all shot. You're kind of looking out the side windows at these 4 people. And it was almost disturbing, right? Because it was so realistic.
Crash.
Yeah. And the hit, and then of course here comes the impact, the ambulances, all this, but we survived because of Volkswagen, their side impact airbags, all this other, what a good ad is supposed to do. And then they ran it, for 6-9 months, and they used the Super Bowl as a springboard.
Consistency.
And then they ran it.
Yep. And that was so much easier to do in the 60s, 70s, and 80s when we had 3 television stations,
right.
Radio.
Yeah.
You had 3 television stations, radio, newspaper, and magazines, right? Now there's so many different areas, but we were just talking about these ads like on the Lay's commercial, for example, and where they're out planting the potatoes, and the legacy of grandpa and the granddaughter. You could make all these little reels with that. It costs you nothing to, costs you production to do it, but just to take a clip out of your ad. There's so many ways ways to do it now. You just have to be consistent over, man, the ways to reach people in marketing now is just incredible.
Oh, it's tough.
Well,
I'd hate to be in Travis's shoes right now.
It is.
Yeah,
it's
no
hard.
kidding.
It's hard because I think, oh, wow, Super Bowl, 120 million people. Where did you guys watch the Super Bowl? I didn't watch it on network TV. I watched it on, I think it was on Peacock or.
Yep.
I was on YouTube TV watching it. Yeah.
There were people complaining on Facebook about where am I going to watch it? They went to parties, you know, basically where people were showing it.
Yeah. It gets extremely difficult. The other thing that kind of blew me away was just the cost of local advertising in the Super Bowl. I mean, you're talking
of local. What is that? I'm unaware.
So like I had somebody reach out to me this
at halftime, right? Isn't that where they run some of them?
They do. Yeah. They run them all over. Okay. There are local breaks.
And you can see it. You can tell.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. That's something I forgot about is when you're running a local production and you are butted up against a $20 million ad.
It's obvious.
Good luck.
Oh, it's
you look rinky dink.
Yeah.
But I had somebody for a client of ours in Alabama, and this station sent me 4-second ads. They want us to run 4-second ads. And there were like 3 ads in the game, 4 seconds each. It was $10,000. And this is a market of 70,000 people.
Wow.
Right. What am I going to say in 4 seconds?
Yeah. Like that's what I just did now.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think of the 1-second ads that Miller Lite did, or Miller
Highlight. Yeah.
Which were brilliant, but they spent millions and millions of dollars and going on tour, telling people that they were going to do this. And then they did the 1-second ads, which were absolutely brilliant.
But there was some consistency to it. They sent that guy out on tour for probably a year, and he was going to all these local bars and stuff, and he'd show up and he'd have, he'd have the Miller High Life with him, and they'd shake hands, get pictures, they'd post them, they did all kinds of stuff. So there was consistency behind that. But 1 second, 4 seconds, what are you gonna do with it?
Right, unless you are going to do something brilliant like that, which is going to cost you more than $10,000.
Oh yeah,
you're going to have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to educate people on the ads you're going to run.
Correct.
That are lightning fast.
Yeah.
It was not. I'm like, I looked at it and I laughed. So let's take this to a break. And I can't find my sheet because I can never find my sheet because I can
grab it here if you want.
Grab it.
Yeah, we want to thank Red Rhino Roofing for sponsoring the show when it comes to protecting your home or building quality matters. Steve has been working on my roofs. Actually, that'd be Travis's.
That's my roofs
for over 20 years because he buys a house or building. He calls Steve at Red Rhino. He had a tenant that needed a roof. So, you know what? Just call Red Rhino Roofing if you need a new roof. I don't know who I am right now. Are you Brad?
I've heard they're actually awesome. So I've actually heard that about
Good
Red Rhino.
testimonial.
So there you go.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, every once in a while we murder one of our sponsors,
That's
and there you go.
It was their turn, so I'll have to give them some love again.
4 seconds.
Red
Rhino,
okay.
Red Rhino, Red Rhino, Red Rhino. There you go. 4 seconds.
There we have it. I love it. Travis File and Gary Tharnish talking with Todd Calfee. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider, and we'll be back for our last segment right after this.
LIN.
And we're back for the last segment of the 402 Business Insider. Travis Filing. Gary had to run. He's got to go show a house. Imagine that. Who shows houses on weekends?
Somebody who wants to make some money.
Hey, he must.
Yeah.
He must. You would think $4 an hour would be enough to keep him around in the studio.
I would think so.
No,
$4 an hour. I can't remember signing up for that. I'll do it.
Your check's in the mail.
Thank you.
And it's 2 hours, so there'll be a little something extra in your envelope this week. This segment is brought to us by James Arthur Vineyards. Travis Filing talking with Todd Calfee. Just our last little wrap up. Were there any ads that we missed that you really?
Yeah, there were. One I really liked. Again, it kind of, maybe it's because I had daughters. But the Rocket Redfin, moving children.
Okay.
When that girl had to move from her neighborhood to a new neighborhood. I really, really liked the way they did the ad because you got this girl, maybe 12, 13 years old, moving away from her friends. She goes to a new neighborhood. She's not very well accepted. There's other girls walking around. They're not giving her the time of day. And then a giant storm comes in. The storm blows through there and her dog's lost.
So
everybody's looking for the dog, and you know, it was multiple cultures there, you know, and so they all came together, found the dog, and the next thing you know, she's good friends with everybody and the dog saved. And I thought it just brought community together, and I thought that was really powerful. So
And
it was appropriate. It was appropriate in this day and age that we live in my opinion.
I get kind of put off sometimes with some of those ads because I look at it and go, like, there was a scene in there where there was like a, you know, maybe a Hispanic guy who had just moved in.
Right.
And then the neighbor wouldn't acknowledge him. I'm like,
and then he's out there cutting his tree for him.
Right.
And all of a sudden they become community and race is taken out of it.
But are people really like that? I know there are some out there that are like that.
There are.
I don't know. It just seems so bizarre to me that people are like that, and maybe they are. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that happens more than the news portrays it. You know, I think, you know, we have such a negative look on things right now, but no, I do believe that happens. And I just think people need to realize there's a lot of good people out there.
Yeah. People are
truly.
people. I don't see, and I look at that and it kind of throws me in a weird space. Like, is this your place to tell me? Maybe it is their place to tell me, but do we really have to do ads for morality? And maybe we do. I don't know.
I think we're getting to that point where, you know, they're willing to spend the money to try to bring people and unite them. So you know, kudos to them. The other one I thought was hilarious. We talked about it today, was Hellmann's mayonnaise.
The mayonnaise one.
Sweet Caroline.
Right.
Yeah. No, I thought that was great. You know, I thought that was fun and well produced. And again, will it work for them? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, it depends if they take it, you know, further. I don't know. But no, I liked it. I thought it was good.
One that I thought was really well done, what kind of took you on that journey, was the hymns for hymns.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was great because it was, the whole concept was good healthcare was for rich people.
Yes. Showing the, it was good. The facelift and
But I thought they took you through that journey of, no, it's not. And you have access to this, and here's our products. And I think it's for hymns and for hers.
Yes.
I thought that was very well done.
Yeah.
I thought
I think they'll, and you know, there's basically a call to action there. And I think they're going to see a big increase.
I would think so. I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because it piqued my interest. The other one I thought was United Airlines with the internet.
Oh yeah. Brilliant.
That was well done.
Brilliant. And you know, they shared part of the cost with Elon Musk. You know, Starlink.
Did they?
Well, I'm assuming.
I don't know.
I mean, they're talking Starlink.
See, I didn't even pick up on that.
Oh, see, I totally did.
I picked up on it. It was just internet. We have good internet service.
It was Starlink. They were we were the first to install Starlink. So yeah, I mean, I thought that was
interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even make that connection.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I think Elon could probably afford it.
Yes, he can.
I mean, I just, my guess, I don't know his financials, but I heard they're pretty good. So, you know, no, good for him.
There you go. Well, thanks for coming in and chatting with us today, man. I appreciate
it's always a pleasure, and it's fun to look at these. You know, we did them for years. We had Super Bowl parties after the fact, and I was always jealous because we never got to do a Super Bowl ad. But you know what? That's okay.
Yeah. I thought there was one local ad which actually turned into a national ad, which was the Trunk Monkey bit.
Oh yeah.
That was a dealership out Western Nebraska, I think it was, did the first Trunk Monkey.
I love it.
I thought that was good.
Yeah.
That was good advertising.
Yeah.
So, quick shout out to the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce. We appreciate them sponsoring the show. They bring businesses together, create connections, and help companies of all sizes grow and succeed in Lincoln. Go check them out, lcoc.com. You're listening to the 402 Business Insider. Travis File and Gary Thornish talking with Todd Calfee from Western National Bank. Next week, we have Mike Rodriguez and Juan Brokop, who own InExhaust. So that should be a really interesting chat. So at our normal time next week at 10:30 on Saturday. Have a good week.